Yeah, it's the third time. Good evening for everyone. This is the second edition of Khel Kala with Voice of Sky, and we have a very talented guest from Bangladesh today, Mr. Shahriar, an amazing artist, Hayarupa, and I think just in a while he will be here with us. So I'm eager, and I hope so that you will also have a good time. Okay. Yes, Rupa, you asked that is it a musical one? Yeah, if you saw the story that I shared, he is a singer and a songwriter, a song composer. Okay, I think he is facing some issues again. Yeah, I think he is here, so I can have him now. Okay, Sada. Just a moment. Friends, once again, it's like my honor to introduce my dada, my friend from Bangladesh, Mr. Joy Shahriar, a singer, song composer, songwriter. Dada, how are you?
I'm fine. Hello, Akash. Nice to be here. Hope you're doing
Uh,
fine.
yeah, it's absolutely fine. Amidst all this havoc created by Corona, but hopefully, means we are good and
Yeah.
remain the same way.
Yep.
And thank you so much, first of all, Dada. Like it's Ramadan month that's going on at you have taken up time for us for this platform. Uh, just before starting the session, I would just like to say what it is all about. Dada, I just thought of like just create social media is like so much of influential, So uh, create a platform where we can bring in artists and sports person to speak up about themselves, their work, be it an established artist or like someone who is a less established one or someone who is aspiring. Jay Bante Chai. Friends, our friend is from Bangladesh, so it would be like a bilingual session where I would be coming to Hindi, Bangla, English. So yes, it would be fun. But so দাদা আমি ভাবলাম যে কেন না একটা প্ল্যাটফর্ম বানাই এন্ড যেখানে আমরা বিভিন্ন আর্টিস্ট ফ্রম অল ওভার দ্য ওয়ার্ল্ড নট অনলি ফ্রম ইন্ডিয়া অল ওভার দ্য ওয়ার্ল্ড আমি যে ওনাকে আনতে পারি আর যদি ওদের থেকে কিছু শিখতে পারি আর যে ছোট বাচ্চারা আগে এসে ইফ দে ওয়ান্ট টু পারসিউ এনি আর্ট ফর্ম অ্যাজ এন ক্যারিয়ার so
Okay.
why not and thank you so much for accepting my request and coming over here.
A pleasure.
Dada, did you notice something?
Yeah. That's
So
right.
yeah, so I just tried to have an attire that generally I saw you wearing all the
Yeah.
time. So this one is especially for you for today's
Thank you.
session.
Thank you. Looking nice.
Thank you so much, Dada. Uh, Friends, okay, now I will ask my guest of the day to introduce to himself to the viewers that we have, although a limited one, but we'll have some more friends join in later. And also, since the video will be posted in IGTV, we will have more viewers from India, Bangladesh, and other countries as well. So, Dada, can you just introduce yourself to everyone?
Okay. This is Joy Shahriar. I'm a singer-songwriter and a composer. I run my own record label here in Bangladesh named Ajub Records. So I do produce songs for other people too, and I also work as an anchor in a TV station for a while. I had a show for around 6 years. That was a music-based show named Undergun in Machkanga TV. Apart from that, I'm the founder of Bangladesh Singer Songwriters Hub. It's a platform where we work on for the betterment of the singer songwriters in Bangladesh.
Wow.
It's a very new organization. We just started last month, and now we are working on a project named the First Song Project, where we are collecting demos from the young new singer songwriters from Bangladesh, 16 to 35, the age limit is, and they will send the demos, and we will choose 3 from them, and we'll
Wow.
produce their song, produce the audio from my record label named Ajub Records, and the video will be produced by Ajub Karkhana, sister concern of Ajub Records, and we, the Bangladesh Singer Songwriters Hub, will monitor all the musical and intellectual stuff there. And apart from that, I do some other stuff too. I do some designing, as I also run a t-shirt store,
Mm-hmm.
fashion brand name Shopnobot since 2006. Now it's
Mm-hmm.
just online, but it had its own showrooms in Shahriar market. There was a time where we had a very good time in Bangladesh. The fashion industry had a very good time for t-shirts, design and stuff. It was around a 10-year span of time from 2006 to 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Then it just came online. Now it's available in online. The name of the brand is Shopnobot. So I also work on that industry. Basically, I'm a singer-songwriter, and all the other stuff are like what I love to do and like to do. I just give a try. That's it.
Although Dada doesn't need any introduction, you can just type his name in Google and Google will give all the details and brief about his work. But that was so kind of you. And Dada, have you noticed one thing similar between us is you were saying that there's an initiative where you want to bring that budding artist with the demo videos and you are going to produce. And
Mm-hmm.
also, I'm just trying to copy you in your pathways in a way to create a platform where I can have you. I can bring an artist like you to inspire the budding artists so that they can take this step forward and pursue maybe singing, dancing, drama to another
Yep.
level or like within professional way. Dada, once again, as Dada has already said that he is a singer and songwriter and composer, producer as well. A very initial reflection of like if like we say Bengal community in a global arena, if we talk about very easily people think about that culture is something that is inbuilt in us.
Yeah.
So where it is, what is the source that you have inherited the passion for singing? Is it someone যে তোমার বাড়িতে maybe mom, dad, or someone in your family who was like having the passion for singing and you took over, or it was like something that you got interested over the time in school days?
The thing is, my sister used to sing. In fact, I started singing with my sister because Osadji was used to come here to teach my sister, my elder sister, and
Mm-hmm.
I also give the proxy when she had some exams for her school or something like that. Then I used to do the proxy for my sister with the Osadji,
Okay.
and that's a sort of my singing formally. And I was in my school when I was in only class 1 or 2. It was like the renaissance for rock music in Bangladesh. It was in 90s, 1981. That was the time when
Oh.
Bangladesh, the booming of rock music was here in Bangladesh. Lots of great bands were there on that time. So
Mm-hmm.
they had a big influence on me, and it was like my dream to be a rock star from my childhood. And that was the thing brings me into music. And after that, I just had some chance to get the formal learnings of music in some academies and obviously with my sister. And
Right.
then I started my band named Need Show in 2000 when I was in class 10, just before the SSA. I mean, we have examination in
Yes.
class 10.
Mm-hmm.
I guess India also have
Pretty
that.
much the same.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much the same system. The high, high school education ends there, I guess. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then we enter for the college. So I was in class 10 and I started my band named Need Show, and that's the start. And I'm just, the journey is still going on. I'm doing the music, that's it. And that was the thing I was always I wanted to do. I always wanted to be a musician, and thankfully, I can do it as a professional. So that's the best way to do. To pursue your
Agreed.
passion. When it becomes your profession, that's the best way to do it for me, I guess. So that's it. I'm doing music.
So the other one thing that I in means very instinctively catching in from what you have said is as you ended the college life, the beginning of your band, the band formed there in
Yeah.
itself. So let's go back to your college days, and with your approval, if you can recall the first song that you composed or song with that band, because I know that must be a special feeling or experience that you have. So if we can listen a couple of lines of those. that composition?
Uh, that is unreleased basically. I wrote my first song with my band. It was in '98, and I was a student of class 9. Basically, we started to jam together in class 9, and we had a
Wow.
band named Chonno Chara, and we formed the band formally in 2000 after finishing the class 10 exam. So
Okay.
it was 2 years before that,
Mm-hmm.
and then we released our first album in 2006 when I was a third year student of international relations in Dhaka University.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem is I have to hold my phone and then I have to
Oh,
kick my guitar. Let me try to do a cheat
sure,
here
sure, sure. Yes.
using my
And
kids.
uh,
Wait a bit.
maybe in the meantime, I can play one song for you. That is,
Here we go.
yes.
I hope it will suck here.
No, no, it won't.
Okay. I'll sing a song. It's from my first album, not the first song. So I will sing a
Mm-hmm.
song from my first album.
Sure.
চেনাই মন অচেনা এখন চেনাই মন অচেনা এখন স্বপ্ন হারিয়ে আজ জীবন তটে আমি একা হৃদয় ক্যানভাসে আজ তোমার ছবি আঁকা তবে কেন এমন আমার হারালো তোমায় তবে কেন এমন আমার হলো অসহায় চেনাই মন হারিয়ে আমি বড় একা চেনাই মন অচেনা এখন চেনাই মন অচেনা এখন
Oh, it was fantastic, Dada. It was fantastic. Well, guys, I
a
would
bit
take this.
immature, very naturally, because lyrics and compositions by students from class 10, so that shouldn't be so mature.
No, no, but still, like, it was an amazing one. And Dada, I was just scrolling through your YouTube channel. Okay, before we go into that, can you just let our viewers know your presence in? Although Google has everything about you, as one of our viewers has said, you are ever as actor, writer, and director as well. So she has mentioned over there. She is from Myanmar, your neighbor country.
No,
So
I'm not an actor. Yeah, I do write, and I do direct some videos. Yeah, I do work as a director for my music videos, and yes, I do some script writing too. But I'm not an actor. And my YouTube channel is Joy Shahriar Official. You can find me www.youtube.com/Joy Shahriar Official. JOYSHAHRIAR Official. And my Facebook page is facebook.com/Joy Shahriar. Joy Shahriar spells JOYSHAHRIAR. That's it. And Instagram, Joy_Shahriar is my ID. I'm not very
thank
used
you.
with Insta, but maybe this is the first time I'm doing live in Insta.
And I think it could be a new beginning as well.
Yeah, obviously. Why not?
So, Dada, like starting from 2006 and now it's 2020, it's almost 15 years that you have been into this album line. So,
Industry, yep.
yeah. So, how many albums you have already completed till now? And like, because, yes, please.
Okay, for me, I have 4 studio album as Joy Shahriar. My studio album number of my studio albums are 4. সত্যি বলছি in 2009, এখনই in 2011, ঠিক এভাবে in 2014, and Lapata in 2019. And from our band, Nirjhar, we have 2 albums, studio albums. Swapnokuri in 2006 and Brishti Shahar in 2010. Then I have a project named The Brotherhood Project with another
Yeah.
Sufi singer named Parvez Sajjad. We have 2 albums, studio albums. First one in 12/12/12, so 12 December in 2012, and the second one was in 2015. Those two albums are basically folk rendition,
Folk renditions. Okay.
not originals. Most of the songs were folk. Only two songs were originals. So these are around 8 studio albums I have, but I have around, in fact, more than 100 songs I composed and written for other people as a composer. And nowadays, in the last 5 or 6 years, we do produce singles, not in albums. So there are a lot of singles which are not compiled in an album. So that's a problem. You can find those as a singles. And fortunately, I do a lot of works with Indian artists too. I also work for national award winners in India, like Rupankar Bakshi, Iman Chakraborty. They are national award winners. And I also did songs for Nochikita. Nochida is a legend, legend in India and very famous in Bangladesh too. So I worked with Nochida. I create 2 songs for him in 2017 and 2018. And I also worked with Shilajidda. He is also one of the biggest stars in West Bengal, and that's the only song he sang in Bangladesh in his 30 years career. So Shilajidda usually work as a singer-songwriter. He doesn't sing with other people.
Collaborations,
in collaboration, and do some, he worked as a playback singer. That's a different case, but for originals in audio industry, he usually don't work with others as just as a singer. So I am the one who did one song for him, and that's the only song so far in Bangladesh.
Wow.
And yes, I also do some other works, and I have a lot of friends in Kolkata. I have lots of admirers too. I have my a little bit of fan base also there. So it's very natural because we share the same language. So
maybe in a way, it's like now one in Delhi as well.
Yeah, yes, obviously, and in some other parts, obviously. As you said, we are one of the largest community in terms of the language. So Bengali speaking people are everywhere in the world. In fact, I had the opportunity to perform in some continents too, and trust me, the people who lives abroad are really, very much into their culture. They have the craving to have the music, the drama, the dance, and everything. They miss their country so much. We just can't, understand all those things living in the country because we are having all these things every day. We can speak in Bangla with all the people around us, and we were watching the TVs and other stuff. We can watch the live concerts anytime. But when they, got the chance to witness live shows and to meet the people, meet the artists in front of them, they just that's crazy. And I didn't have that idea unless I meet them, and especially Bengali people and Bangladeshi people are everywhere in the world. I was just last time I visited Nigeria in last November, Abuja. I had a thought that a country like Nigeria and the capital is Abuja. That's not very much friendly to other people because we know Lagos as the the happening city. So maybe there will not be so many people just except the people in the High Commission. But when we did the show, there were lots of Bengalis, and from Bangladeshi community and the West Bengal community, because the language is the same, and they were so passionate about the music, and it was so amazing, singing in front of people in Abuja and dancing with the Nigerian people with our folk songs. That was amazing.
Dada, means I wanted to share means later on this session. I already got couple of messages, one from New Jersey and one from France. Couple of friends when they saw this, when I shared this creative of that a singer composer like Shahriar is coming on this show. So both of them said, guys, come on, I'm working. How can you have to change date and timing so that we can be able to listen him and see him in live session. So that pretty much sums up what you were saying, that the language connection and feel for the art and love for art is everywhere, be it like in US, Western Europe, or even as you said in African continent. So yeah, pretty much the same thing. Dada, okay, as you mentioned, means all the albums. I think Lapata one is the one
Lapata is the latest album. Yeah.
last when you returned
Latest one.
back from India, and means,
Yeah.
in a way, means we met before that.
Yeah.
So, so take us through this.
It was
How
it
Lapata
was
came into
like
your mind? Mhm.
Lapata. I was working on Lapata when I was in India in the tour where I met you, and I just released that album after I came back in Dhaka. It
Mhm.
was end of the July. The album
Mhm.
released on 25th July of 2019. It was like it compiles 8 songs of mine, and I released 4 of them as a single before 2019. It was in 2018, and
Mhm.
after releasing the album, I released all the other 4 as a single from July to December.
Mhm.
It's a kind of, it's a very much urban type of album. You know, we live in a city. It's a chaotic city, but Dhaka is the most populated city in the world. So we have lots of problems here. But apart from all those things, we just love our city and we just live in the city. We love to live like this. You know, this
Definitely.
chaos and end of the day at night, the sodium lights and the living of the people from from the streets to the 5-star hotels. There are really life is there in various ways in various side of the city. So that city is the life of my life basically. So that is in the album where I and the thing is the main theme of the album is like I said Lapata because it's missing. It's missing. What is missing? Like I grew up in this city. Well, in my childhood, I had the greenery. I had the non-robotic things, the human vibe, the love,
Mhm.
the passion,
Mhm.
the compassionate people around. That is missing a bit nowadays in this busy life in 2020.
Rightly so.
And
Mhm.
that is Lapata in my city. That greenery, that grounds for children, that football in the in the evening, that cricket match in the roads. Those things are missing. So that the life. So that's the main essence of the album. That song Lapata, and that's the main theme of the album. That's it.
So you gave us the
It's
thought.
it, it it's not a romantic album at all.
So you gave us the thought process and the imagination from where you got this inspiration
Yeah.
to make the album. So maybe on a musical notes as well. Again, I would just request a couple of lines of Lapata, any song that you can just sing for
Okay,
us.
I'll sing. I'll sing. Wait a bit. Yeah. হেঁটে যাই সেই চেনা পথ ধরে জানা শোনা প্রিয় অলি গলি জুড়ে হেঁটে যাই সেই চেনা পথ ধরে জানা শোনা প্রিয় অলি গলি জুড়ে তবু যেন কোথা কি যেন নেই স্বপ্ন ঘুরিটা হঠাৎ ভোকারটা গান কবিতারা হারিয়েছে সেই শহরটা থেকে জীবন লাপাত্তা
Wow, phenomenal work. Okay,
Thank you.
that was fantastic one, real fantastic one. I think a couple of your friends also joined in, and we had in between. So I think I would like to acknowledge Shibu Ahmed. He sent some love for you. Ishita, fantastic. Sagar, a thumbs up. And I don't know who is this ACIAC, but again, few more thumbs up. Friends, thank you so much for joining in, and you can definitely come back and see this session in the IGTV. I will share the video there as well. Dadak, moving ahead, like when we talk about the bond between India and Bangladesh,
Yeah.
couple of things very quickly that comes in. One is cricket and other is music. So cricket is more of like the competitive side, where so much of like both are so much of passionate followers for our nation.
Yeah.
But when it comes to music, I think it is competition is there, but still there is something. It plays a role of string that binds artists of both the nation, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. For music, it's really we shared a lot of things together, and as we share, a kind of similarities in our culture. Yes, there are lots of variations and lots of, you know, every country has its own culture. Especially India has a lots of variation in their culture too. But
Mhm.
as we are the neighbors, so we have a very good bonding through our culture, and for cricket, in fact, Bangladesh and India is the biggest friend in cricket. If I off the field, on the field, yes, we are rivals, and in just if we talk about last 3 or 4 years, now we are
Mhm.
playing
Mhm.
good cricket as a nation because
Exactly.
Bangladesh is comparatively new to the scene, and
Mhm.
but India was there as a friend of Bangladesh, always there. In fact, on cricket too, off the field, uh, we have a very good friendship between these two
Mhm.
board. BCB and BCCI has a very good relationship between. In fact, India is the first country to play test with Bangladesh in 2000, and I was there in the field. I remember that. The 10th November 2000. In fact, I remember the date also. 10th November 2000. That was the first test between Bangladesh and India, and that was the first ever test for Bangladesh. That was a historical
Wow.
moment,
Mhm.
and India was there as a friend, as a new country. That's a kind of thing you would expect from your brother. You would expect
Exactly.
from your neighbor. And
Mhm.
after all these 20 years, last 3 4 years, yes, we are becoming a good emerging nation in cricket. So the rivalry comes here, and it's good for cricket, I guess. It's good for cricket as Bangladesh and India has the best crowd in the world, and it's really very good for the world cricket too. Having a rivalry between these two biggest nations in terms of the crowd,
Right.
we
Mhm.
have the biggest crowd. It's good for cricket.
Rightly so. Dada, means again, I will just take you back to your childhood days, as you said, the late 80s and the 90s era where the pop culture, the band culture was so much into its boom in Bangladesh, also to say in the southern Asian countries. So, apart from the craze that you had in your Bangladesh, any particular artist that you look up to and say one day I would like to share a stage with him or her, or maybe I want to be like him or her, and then that drive you toward this passion.
For me, as a Bengali singer-songwriter, I always have a special place in my heart for Nochiketa and Arjun Dotto.
Mm-hmm.
And I had that opportunity. I'm blessed enough to work with Nochida.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to work with Anjun someday, if possible. I don't know. And apart from that, I also I'm blessed to be, with some other bands in Bangladesh. We lost Ayub Bachu. Bachu Bhai was get legend here in Bangladesh from the band LRB. Um, I was blessed by him too, and some other people like Bapa Bhai, Sanjeev Da, Maqsud Bhai. I'm lucky to work with all of them in Bangladesh, and I'm very much blessed to have them as my elder brother. Since I'm into the music scenario, apart from the Bangladeshis and Indians, and I also love Rupak Bordar very much. He's a support guy. Apart from that, I'm a big fan of Eric Clapton. I'm a big fan of Pink Floyd. Mark Knopfler
Mm-hmm.
and all, and I also had the opportunity to watch live Eric Clapton. I was in Thailand, Bangkok for once, and then second time I watched him in Singapore, and obviously we had a great time. Bryan Adams, Bon Jovi, Scorpions, lots of artists in 90s. That's the golden era for us.
So Dada, again, just one more, maybe a small Western English number that comes to your mind, close to your heart.
Uh, I'll do a Clapton number.
Sure.
I'm just a fan of Eric Clapton. It's late in the evening. She's wondering what clothes to wear. She puts in her makeup and brushes her long gone hair. And then she asks me, do I look alright? And I say, yes, you look wonderful tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sorry, I would like admit that personally I don't follow him, so I wasn't aware of the song. But from the musical side, it was beautiful, and I will definitely search it in YouTube once the session is up
Yeah.
and go through his profile. Another fan from Myanmar. Oh, okay, great. Now you have a fan from Myanmar. Thank you so
Hello.
much, Manisha. Uh, so just like Dada means we have one, although I cannot name that delegation, but it's like the part that you were part of a delegation that came to India. We have a couple of more delegation, and she was one of the part in that delegation. She represented
Okay.
Myanmar, so that's how she is. I know her. Dada, like artists, singers, song composers. It's like it's something that is a team thing. Also, you jam with your friends. Uh, so and even we want that this kind of platform like infuse the love for music and art in everybody budding artist's heart. So any of the artists that you recall, maybe a close friend of yours who didn't pursued it as a professional career later on, but like something he was a brilliant singer or a musician, and you want to send a message to the young kids that if you have it, you should pursue it. Something a message to the young kids.
It happens a lot in subcontinent because here we have the culture like you just can't take any unorthodox profession very easily. People
Right, sir.
doesn't, people doesn't encourage you to be a musician or be, you know, be an actor or working on some fields which are not very much popular, like being a athlete too, or being a footballer. It's not easy here in subcontinent, and I also have to face that problem. In fact, we have a culture like if you say what you do, when you say I'm a musician, then people will ask you again, then what else you do? So that's the scenario we have here in Bangladesh, India, Nepal, Myanmar. So we have the same scenario. But what I would say, like, if you have the passion, just go for it. And if you have the quality, then I guess your passion will leads you to the destiny. It's all about the journey, just do your work hard and harder, then you will be there to pursue your passion and love, I guess. So I did it, so why not other cannot? So I will obviously say to the people, if you are passionate enough, then you can go for it. Because there are lots of examples you will have here in Bangladesh, India, Nepal, Myanmar. Lots of people are doing this, and it's their bread and butter, and they're doing it professionally. And when you do it professionally, you can do it full-fledgedly. Other than that, being just a hobby, you just can spend enough time, because it needs enough time to create something. You have to be a full-time musician to do music properly. What I feel. That's why I didn't go for any other jobs. I can easily do that because I have the degree from the best university in the country, and that will be easier for me to doing a 9 to 5 job and then doing the music in the evening. There are lots of people here in Bangladesh. They just are working like that. But I decided to be a full-time musician because I always believe that a musician or an artist should have that freedom. That's the main thing an artist should have, to create something. Without being a independent person, you just can't create anything.
Right, sir.
So
Rightly, sir.
that's it.
No, definitely, Dada. Means, as you said, there has to be passion, there has to be dedication, and you cannot run off hard work if you want to achieve something which
And
is unorthodox.
nothing will come so easily. You have to
Definitely.
mind it. It's very tough. It's very, very tough. it looks very nice when you are successful, but the way it takes to be there, it's not that easy.
So Dada, as we are talking about this keeping yourself motivated, maybe another thing that I would like to touch is there might be some points where there wasn't much of success that you might have tested. So
Yeah.
what kept you motivated to go and try harder and harder, and believe that definitely one day I will do justice with my work and achieve. Hmm.
Simple love towards your work is the key. That will motivate you. If you know that what you are doing, you love to do it,
Hmm.
and you have the confidence about your work that it's worthy enough to
Hmm.
be praised. So one day you will.
Okay, and while you were just like a young school kid, or like during the college days when you were just initial days for your band, was it like there is some fixed schedule that you have kept, maybe 3 hours, 4 hours, 2 hours, that I will give to my music every day, or like every other day? So, what was your schedule for your music?
There was only one schedule that we used to a day in a practice pad, like 4 hours jam together,
Four
in
hours.
on on Thursday. And apart
Mm-hmm.
from that, at home,
Mm-hmm.
it's anytime and every time. When you are free, your guitar is with you. You can sing. You can practice. There is no mandatory time, and it should be always more than hours. In the very beginning. In fact, nowadays we just can't do practice like that. Before that, practice makes us musicians like what we are now.
Mm-hmm.
So on that time in school days and college days, you know, it's more than hours. Just finish the homework and do the music.
Yes, rightly so. That means, as you mentioned already, means guitar over here, and I recall one of your sessions where you said you didn't had any formal training in guitar,
Yeah,
but it was like through friends or known people with whom you
yeah,
jammed, and
yeah.
then you just learned few notes, and gradually you are now master in guitar as well.
I'm not a master in guitar. I'm a singer songwriter who can play guitar.
Hmm.
But the way I, started playing guitar, it's like one of my bandmates teach me a chord, then another one teach me other chords. It's like working with them as a singer songwriter. I just started to, playing some chords and playing some other stuff, notes, and then just I just wanted to play the guitar. That's the main thing, and I did the hard work, and now I can play the guitar. Simple. I'm not.
And
I don't know the formal way of learning guitar, and that's the reason I never teach anyone guitar, because I don't
oh,
know the formal way of how to play the guitar technically. So, but I'm a self-taught and friends-taught guitarist.
self-taught and friends-taught. Wow, new term
Yeah.
that I learned today. Then going forward, any upcoming projects that must be scheduled or delayed because of Corona, and everyone, your fans in Bangladesh and across the globe, you want to say something to them, like upcoming projects that you have with you?
Some projects are pending, but in this pending, we are working. We are working in the studio. I am at home for last more than 60 days, I guess. But I have my studio and I have my assistant
Mhm.
there over there in the studio. So we are working on, like over the video calls and sending him the demos. He's working on that. Then other session player playing their part, and we send it to the sound engineer for the mix and master. So work is in progress. I just have 3 releases in this Eid. Two already has been released. I released one song featuring Rehan in
Mhm.
day before yesterday. That is called, the song name is Onagato, and I just released the song today at 7:30 BST.
Okay,
The name of the song is Shahriar. That's featuring
sure.
Keton Check. Yeah, and one of my single will be released too. That's already available in all the music app in Bangladesh, and hopefully
Hmm.
the music video will be released on mid June. Hopefully, so these are the 3 releases, and I also have other releases. That's a kind of remix. One of my DJ friends named DJ Ax may make a create a remix for the song Bondhu featuring Minar. Minar is one of the biggest sensation in Bangladesh now. we had a song named Bondhu, friends,
Mm-hmm.
So Bondhu, we just released the DJ Axe remix version of that song in this Eid. So
Okay.
it's around 4 releases here on this Eid from me.
Wow.
So
All the best
pandemic,
for that, Dada.
yeah. Thank you very much.
Dada, like again, as you mentioned about the future projects, and means we have Eid coming up. So first of all, like happy Eid in advance to you and your family, and
Thank
may
you very
all
much.
your projects like shine like anything. And I think okay, sorry, I'm just going to for a couple of comments. Going to find a guitar and learn. Definitely, you should go and take a professional learning. And thanks for the motivation. That's so sweet of you. That's the motive that we are doing this session and bringing such eminent personalities so that they can motivate you. Uh, Dada, thank you so much for giving me your time. There's so much that I can't talk to, but I think there's some time limits. You have prayers also scheduled later on.
Yeah.
So before summing up, maybe if I can request one Hindi number that you can sing from Bollywood or any album.
Better I can sing a song from Kolkata because I'm not very
Okay.
fond of, and I just can't speak in Hindi very fluently.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Mm-hmm.
better to, I can sing a song from Anjun Dotto.
Sure,
Okay, is
please.
that? Sure. তুমি আসবে বলে তাই আমি স্বপ্ন দেখে যাই আর একটা করে দিন কেটে যায় সুদিন আসবে বলে ওরা আগুন জ্বালায় আর হাজার হাজার মানুষ মরে যায় এমনটা তবু আশা করে যায় এমনটা তবু ভালোবাসতে চায় এমন আশা করে যায় তুমি আসবে বলে তাই আমি স্বপ্ন দেখে যাই আর একটা করে দিন কেটে যায় থ্যাংক ইউ
Thank you so much, Dada, once again for your time and taking out this time during this Ramadan month and be a part of this initiative. I'm really thankful to you, and maybe as I shared with you earlier, once again when I will come up with the next edition, much in a formal way, and if your schedule allows, I would request you to once again come and grace with your
hopefully
presence
inshallah
and also maybe some future projects that if possible I can have you in India, maybe in Delhi, Mumbai, somewhere. So that would be great to
inshallah
have you here. So
thank you
friends,
Akash thank
thank
you
you. Yes, sir. Thank you everyone for joining in for the session. And if anything that you want to say, Dada.
I just want to thank you for the initiative. Thanks for inviting me. As we are brothers, I'll be there always for you, inshallah. And I am also working on some vlogs. You can watch my vlogs on YouTube in my channel, the JS vlog, where I
Mhm.
share my experiences about my travel, food, and music.
Wow.
So you can watch some of the footages from our last India tour where I met you, and
Yeah, sure.
so I will say to all the people here who are watching, please you can just watch my works on my YouTube channel and the Facebook, and I would love to thank you for the initiative. All my best wishes to you and your works. Thank you, Akash.
Thank you, Dada. Thank you everyone for joining in Khel Kala with Voice of Sky. Thank you, Dada. See you again.
See ya.
Mhm.